What's up, folks? Dude, I'm a happy guy, man. I really am. Oh, so I have been playing the JP15 a little more since I made that last jam video, and I got it out of the case. Plugged it in, put the bar in, start playing on it, and it's sounding great. Like wow. And then I dive the bar and pull the bar up. Tuning's all jacked. It's doing the same thing that the Majesties did. And immediately my heart just sank, dude. I was like, now I have this one and I didn't buy it new. There's no warranty. I can't take it back to a store. And it's doing the same shit. Music Man has failed me again. You know? And I got to sitting here and I was just like, oh, you know what? I put it back in the case. I was like, oh crap. Now I'm stuck with it, you know? And I sat here for like 10 minutes thinking about it. And I was like, let me get it back out. Get my tuner out. Tune it up. And it had the same, weird tuning thing. Intonation was slightly flat, all that kind of stuff. I'd get the strings and I stretch just the wound strings. Stretch those three. Tuning dropped some more. And I was like, well, maybe they're still stretching. So I tune the rest of the guitar, tune it all back up, start playing on it. It sounds great. It's kicking ass, just like the Majesties did. Once you tune them back up, they sound good. I grab the bar, push it down, pull it back up. Tuning's perfect. Everything's great. Played on it for 2 hours. Great. No tuning problems, nothing. And that further confirms my opinion that Guitar Center was the reason that those two Majesties were as bad as they were. Because this one is a 2018 model, built July 2nd, 2018. And it looks like it has no age to it, but it's got 8 years of age on it. The guy that had it before the dude I got it from must have just kept it in the case. Because, all the wipes were never opened. The sticker was still in the plastic. It was never opened. So I don't even think that guy played it. It really don't seem like he did. And then the guy I got it from said he played it a handful of times and, he traded a Les Paul that he had for it. And he was like, I knew nothing about Music Man, but the guy really wanted a Les Paul and he offered me this JP for it. And I got it, and this is the greatest guitar I own. And he was like, I'm probably going to regret selling this to you. And that makes me a little worried because, what if he does regret it and then he texts me in the next couple of weeks like, hey man, kind of want to get it back. I really hope not. I don't think so because he did say, if you're happy, I'm happy. But Music Man has been redeemed for me because I know I said in that one video about the Majesty complaints, and I might make a video saying that I'm not gonna mess with Music Man anymore. Like, no, that's been rectified. Like, I am getting a Majesty. That's my next guitar. Once I get the money up for it, it's either gonna be that or it's gonna be a Jason Richardson Cutlass. One of those two. But man, I'm a happy dude, man. And people are like, it's just a guitar. It's just a guitar. Like these JP series guitars are not just a guitar. They're a work of art. Dude, and I've always wanted what most people refer to as a professional instrument. Like it is so high end that it will do anything you want to do. The only limitations this guitar will give you is what you put on yourself. And they're like a Formula One car. You have to you have to maintain them, kind of, do some setup work when it's needed, straighten your neck or loosen the truss rod when it's needed, do the lubrication on the nut slots and the saddles when it's needed, you know. But they do things that most guitars struggle with as far as versatility goes. Like the JP15 and the Majesty, you can get acoustic tones with it that make it sound like an acoustic. Screaming lead, fire burning shred, super heavy, like stomp you into the ground rhythm sounds. Just anything you want to do, this guitar will do it. And I told my dad and my mom, like, I have to get the Majesty to go with it. Like, there's really no choice here. The Majesty has to accompany this guitar. And I was thinking before he got here for us to do the deal, like, if this guitar is as good as my last JP15, then it has to be Guitar Center that screwed up those Majesties. And it is. It's every bit as good as my last JP15. They play and feel identical. I totally get now why the artists that use these guitars, like Steve Lukather, and Petrucci, I've heard him say it, he could go and get one off the wall at a store and use it live for a show. That's how consistent they are. But don't go to the Guitar Center in Japan, in Atlanta. JP, if you ever see this video and you need a guitar for your show, don't go to that guitar if you're in Georgia. Don't go to that Guitar Center. But yeah, dude, like it's been redeemed, and I learned something about this guitar that I did not know. I missed it in my show and tell video I did. It is a 2018 Ernie Ball Music Man JP15 Ball Family Reserve. And I have never understood what the BFR is, what that series is, and I looked it up. They are limited edition Ball Family Reserve models that are reserved for family members of the Ball family or close friends. They're limited edition for each year. Like last year, 2025, JP had the Solar Flare JP15 and the Toxic Sludge. Those were the limited edition BFR. That's what this guitar is. So technically, it's better than the JP15 I had before. But yeah, dude, like I'm on cloud 9, dude. I've been excited about this all weekend. And he texted me this morning at like 7:45. Hey man, I'll let you know when I'm leaving this particular area here, and I'll be on my way up to you to do the deal. And I was like, yeah, man, sounds good, because he came all the way from Marietta, Georgia, up to here where I am, and that's a good ways away. That's a good 2.5 hours from me. And then I was sitting here waiting. And for people with ADHD like me, waiting for something you really, really want is agonizing. It really is. Like, we sit and we shake and we're like, come on, come on, come on. We keep looking out the window, looking at the clock. And then he texts me about 11:45. I didn't hear from him all that time. And I was like, dude, he's not coming. He's backing out. He's backing out of the deal. He's not going to do it. He texted me at 11:45 and he was like, ETA is 12:26. And I was like, all right, man, I got the guitar ready for you. And I'll be here waiting on you. 12:26, he pulled up in my yard. And I met him, and, I was like, dude, I really appreciate this. Like, more than you know. And he looked at the guitar, did a little bit of playing, unamplified. And he was like, yeah, man, really nice. Really nice guitar. I really like the case, too. And I gave him the cash. And I was like, hey, man, do you want to count that to make sure it's right? Because I could have miscounted. No, I trust you. And I played his, played the JP. And I was like, yep, feels just like my old one, dude. And he was like, if you're happy, I'm happy. And I was like, well, I am. And he was like, all right, man, enjoy your new guitar. And I've just been so, like, beside myself. It's crazy. I've owned Gibsons, that are USA guitars. They're USA made. They don't hold a candle to Music Man guitars. The quality of these instruments, man, those price tags you see, it might look like a huge amount of money, but it's totally worth it. Like, just don't get them from Guitar Center. Just go to Sweetwater or go to Music Man Direct. Just don't buy them from Guitar Center because they don't care about what they sell. That's what I believe. But Music Man has been redeemed for me. I can't believe I have another one. And it's a BFR. I could only dream of owning a BFR. Like, the first time I saw Petrucci play, like on a DVD, he was playing the JP6. And I was like, kind of looks like the Strat. I didn't understand the complexity of Dream Theater's music and what he personally wants when it comes to his guitar. And then all the JP series starts coming out. He did a 16 that had a Floyd on it. And I was like, whoa, he's going to do Floyds now? And he's ditching the piezo system? But I don't think he ever used that guitar live. But when I saw that Majesty and seen him explaining all the stuff that it can do, that's when I realized, like, man, these guitars are like a Ferrari. They're like a supercar. And I just knew I have to have a Music Man. I have to have that brand. I have to have a Majesty. I have to have a JP signature. Never thinking that I would own now 2 of them in my life. My last JP15 and now this one. Like, it's just, man, it's unbelievable to me. I have to get on here and share this, dude, because it's very rare that I get excited about getting a used guitar. Most of the time when I get used guitars, I'm kind of worried about shit being wrong with them. Like, the truss rod works real good. And you can kind of hear if you got any fret buzz with loud music playing over PAs and shit in a store. Then when you get them home in here, real quiet, and there's nobody awake, like right now, that's when you start hearing all the issues that some used guitars have. Or you can't get it to adjust and do the things you want it to do so you can play comfortably and all that kind of stuff. But Music Man has been redeemed for me. I know I said in that one video I made about always order your gear from Sweetwater that I might not ever mess with Music Man again. Because I was really disheartened, man. After those 2 Majesties, I was like, God, I can't see paying for them now. Nope, that's all been rectified. That's all been changed. With this one guitar that is 8 years old and plays just as good as the one that I had that was a 2024. Yeah, 2024 JP15. And I totally believe now how I hear Steve Lukather say and Petrucci say that they could go and get their guitar off the wall, bring it, and use it for a show. I totally believe that now. That's how consistent these guitars are. So, that's all I wanted to say. I'm just super happy Jeff over here. And when I get the Majesty, I'll be even more happy. So, you guys take care and have a great week coming up. I gotta go back to work tomorrow after my vacation for a week from work. Gotta get back into the old routine, you know? So take care of yourselves out here. Be good to each other. And pick up your guitar and practice. Take it easy.